Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has given Nigerian traders 1 month to crash price of goods. It is no longer news that price of goods has skyrocketed and every day price of goods is going up in Nigeria. So traders set to shut down Nigeria as Tinubu gives them deadline to sell their goods at cheap price or be sent to jail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government has given a 1 month deadline to Nigerian traders and other market stakeholders involved in exploitative pricing to crash the prices of goods. The newly appointed Executive Vice Chairman of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, Mr. Tunji Bello, stated this at a 1-day stakeholders engagement on exploitative pricing on Thursday in Abuja. According to Bello, the commission will begin enforcement after the deadline. He further stated that the meeting was to address the growing trend of unreasonable pricing of consumer goods and services and the unwholesome practice of market associations. Mr. Bello described the commission's finding that a fruit blender known as Ninja was being sold at a popular supermarket in Texas for $89, that is 140,000 naira, but the same product was displayed for 944,999 naira in a supermarket in Victoria Island, Lagos, in Nigeria. Mr. Bello wondered about the basis for the arbitrary hike in the price of the blender compared to the Texas in the United States of America. He further stated that the unwholesome practice, including price fixing, were threatening the stability of the economy. Under Section 155, violators, whether individuals or corporate entities, face severe penalties, including substantial fines and imprisonment if found guilty by the court. This is intended to deter all parties involved in such illicit activities. However, our approach today is not punitive. I therefore call on all stakeholders to embrace the spirit of patriotism and cooperation. It is in this spirit that we are given a deadline of 1 month, which is September, before the commission will start firm enforcement, he said. Mr. Bello further stated that the government was aware of most of the problems raised by the market stakeholders. According to him, he said, "We have heard and you have genuine issues, and the government has the responsibility to address the problems. But generally, let us talk to ourselves too. There are also gang-ups to exploit consumers by traders," he said. Some of the market stakeholders who spoke at the engagement said that the high cost of transportation, insecurity, and multiple taxation, among others, were reasons for the continuous increase in prices of goods and services. However, the chairman, National Association of Nigerian Traders (FCT) chapter, Mr. Ifeanyi Okonkwo, has stated that charges on imported goods at the port also contributed to the hike of prices in Nigeria. Mr. Okonkwo appealed to the commission to set up a task force and involve the association on its enforcement. Mr. Emmanuel Dogu from Kubo Spare Part Market further stated that the initial cost of transportation of trailer load of tires from Lagos to Abuja was 450,000 naira, but right now it costs over 1 million naira to transport the same. The license manager, Flour Mills, Ms. Kemi Ashiri, stated that fines by regulators needed to be harmonized for businesses to thrive. Mr. Ikenna Ubaka who spoke on behalf of supermarket owners, alleged that banks' interest rate to them were over 30%. Rent increment and hikes in prices by distribution/supply chains were reasons for the high cost of goods. Mr. Ubaka also alleged that electricity distribution companies were charging supermarkets exorbitantly. Mr. Solomon Ukeme, who represented Masters Bakers Association, stated that the rapid increase of major ingredients like flour, sugar, and butter contributed to the high cost of confectionaries. He stated that a bag of flour formerly sold for 34,000 naira was now being sold for 74,000 naira. He stated that multiple taxation was also the major cause of the high cost of bread. For me, I think the major reasons why price of goods are increasing on a daily basis is because of the bad economic policies under the APC government. Honestly speaking, this government contributed 99% to the increase of goods and services in Nigeria, thereby causing pain and sufferings among Nigerians. The removal of fuel subsidies, the floating of the naira, the increase of import duties are what is leading to the high inflation and economic hardship in Nigeria. Fuel is increasing on a daily basis, and you know that every business has to do with fuel. Transportation has to do with fuel, and so on and so forth. Also, electricity has increased, and these are the things that manufacturers use to produce all the goods and products that we consume on a daily basis. And the single problem that results to these hikes is the removal of fuel subsidy. This is the reason why price of goods are going up on a daily basis. So the APC government are the real cause of all these problems in Nigeria. So right now, instead of to accept the blame, the Tinubu government is now shifting blame for inflation onto traders, accusing them of exploitative pricing and giving them a 1-month deadline to lower prices or face penalties despite the government own role in worsening the economy. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows that his government is the real cause of price of goods going up on a daily basis, and until they address this issue, the price of goods in Nigeria will keep on going up every day. Right now, they are blaming traders, accusing them of exploitative pricing, and thereby giving them 1 month to reduce their prices or face penalties, whereas the government are the worst contributing factor to this economic problem, because they have not sat down to address the major problem that is causing this hike of prices. They are just giving sanction here and there. They know fully well that they are the real cause of this problem. If the federal government decides to reduce the price of fuel, reduce the price of electricity, reduce taxes that is being imposed on these manufacturers, honestly speaking, prices of goods will definitely come down at a minimum level. That is my own opinion, because for the federal government to be shifting blames on traders, honestly speaking, I think the government are ignorant of what is actually going on in Nigeria. However, Nigerians have reacted concerning the hike of prices of goods in the country. Some Nigerians on social media have expressed disbelief and anger at the government approach. arguing that the focus should be on reducing the price of petrol and stabilizing the economy rather than penalizing traders. Many Nigerians have come out on social media to criticize the federal government concerning the sanction on traders that they should reduce price of goods, otherwise they will face penalties. Nigerians on social media have expressed disbelief and anger at the government's approach, arguing that the focus should be on reducing the price of petrol and stabilizing the economy rather than penalizing traders. If you are in Nigeria, you will know that the price of petrol is going up on a daily basis. Before the APC took over government, a liter of petrol was sold at 65 naira. But after the APC took over power, the liter of petrol started increasing, and right now some filling stations are selling a liter of petrol at 1,000 naira. Some are selling 950 naira. So tell me, how will the price of goods and transportation decrease when the price of petrol is increasing on a daily basis? Because if you want to address a problem, you have to start from the root. The root cause of price of goods increasing massively in Nigeria is petrol. We all know that petrol is used for everything in Nigeria. So transportation, production of goods and services, electricity, and so on and so forth are used by petrol. So if the federal government can reduce the price of petrol, I believe the price of goods in Nigeria will begin to decrease. Everyone knows that this APC government doesn't want the best for this country. That is why they are only thinking about their pockets and their families. They are not thinking about Nigeria. If you compare Nigeria today with Nigeria 20 years ago or 30 years ago, you will see that there is a lot of difference. Nigeria is getting worse every day. And if Nigerians do not unite together to fight against this corrupt APC government, the country economic situation might worsen in the nearest future. Because right now, Nigeria is no longer in a safe hand. Because if Nigerians keep quiet, problems in Nigeria will become too much. Because right now everybody is complaining about the increment of prices of goods, but the federal government are not doing anything to address the issue. Rather, they are just issuing threats and warning on traders, as if traders are the cause of the increment of prices of goods in Nigeria. So that is all I have for you in this video. I want to know your thoughts and opinion concerning this topic. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day.